Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be what I picked up from HMV and Morrisons, believe it or not. But first, I've got a shout out for you.
Hello there everybody, my name is Jordan. I'd just like to say a big thanks to John for letting me put my little segment in this video to promote my brand new horror movie channel, Movie Squirm. Now on this channel, I'm going to be doing a lot of horror movie reviews, older reviews, newer movies coming out, even the odd horror TV series. I'm going to be doing lots of top 10s, rankings, reacting to horror news, trailer reactions, etc. It's all based around the horror genre, which is in fact my favorite genre. Now, I know a lot of you on this channel like to watch physical media. There isn't going to be a ton of that on my channel. That is just a heads up. However, my first video that I put up is my horror movie collection, which I'll do annually, and that's about the most I'm going to do with physical media there, but it will give you a taste of what horror movies I like, which ones I rate, which ones I don't, and it's a good near 3-hour video there, I think. I've also got an Evil Dead Rise review on there and an Evil Dead ranking. So to start off, if you wanted to check them videos out and if you like what you see, maybe give it a subscription and come and follow me, and I hope I can provide you with lots of great future content. The channel is mainly going to be around giving entertainment off for lots of horror fans on there. So thank you so much, John, for letting me put this segment in, and I hope to see you all over on Movie Squirm. Take care.
So I imagine all of you are familiar with Jordan's channel, Movie Worm, and the movie Squirm, which I think is a great play on words. I just twigged when I was watching that video back and I went, hang on a minute, Movie Worm, Movie Squirm. And I got in touch with Jordan. I says, that's a brilliant name to call your other channel. And he mentioned that his wife, Sam, had come up with the title. And I think that's a great spin on words. So the best thing about Jordan's channel that I found on his main channel is his reviews for movies. I think he's one of the best reviewers out there. I think when I think about doing reviews and I think of Jordan's reviews, I think there's no way I can sort of top them ones. I don't do many reviews on my channel, as you no doubt notice. But I urge you to get across to Movie Squirm and check out his stuff because it's all purely horror. And I think you're going to have a great time on his channel. And I think it's great that he's done this thing to sort of make this subsidiary channel and sort of showcase his love for horror. He's got a great horror collection. As he's mentioned, his favourite horror movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which has just got a brilliant 4K, as you know. As always, you'll find a link in the description down below to Movie Squirm's channel. So that's a big thanks to Jordan, Sam, Roman, and baby number 2. Cheers, mate. Before I get into my pickups, I'm filming this video on a new laptop. And this is my old laptop here. As you can see, it looks like it's working. But the problem I've got is that when it goes on, and of course it's not going to do it now, is it? The picture goes off. It was actually coming up with the screen was going black, was going on and off like that. Of course, it's not doing it at the moment, but when I go to like shoot a video on it, it'll happen immediately. So I think this has got to go back to the shop and it's got to go back to Curry's and they're going to fix it for me. But at the moment I'm using this laptop here. So I don't know what the quality is going to be like on it. I know it only takes it at 720p. Well, unfortunately, at this point, I don't really know too much about it. I don't know what the resolution's like on it. I don't know what the sync's like on it. I don't know what the volume's like on it or the picture quality. So if you've got any views on this video about the video, the audio, the lip sync, anything, please let us know in the comments down below. Meanwhile, this is going back to Curry's. So here's some of the things that I picked up recently. I'm going to try and keep this video quite short because I'm really learning the ropes on this computer. I've got my old editing software, but I just don't want to push it too far. So this will be quite short. So first of all, from Morrisons, I picked up Megan with a slip. Now I want to thank my good friend Stephen Keir. He told me about this, and I knew there was a slip somewhere, but I knew there wasn't one in HMV. And I was going to buy it the other day, but I didn't because I bought other stuff, which you'll see. And when I knew that this had in Morrisons, they were selling this. I don't know if it's exclusive to Morrisons, but basically, if you want one, this is the best place to look for it. It's £15. Of course, I went to my 2 local Morrisons, which are just down the road and up the road, not one to be seen. In fact, there was no slot on one of them. There was a slot on the other one, which was empty. And I was picking my son up from work the other day, and I thought I'm going to swing by the one that's the only one that's kind of close to us, Chelloveck. And I thought I'll have a look in there, and this was the last one in there. So I got this, and I'm so glad I did. And I was talking with Keith from Euphoria Pictures, linked to his channel down below. And he was talking about the fact that the picture quality on this is that good You can't even see like a 4K being like too much of a jump up in it, and you can't really get the 4K at the moment. So I thought, well, that's a good thing to get the Blu-ray, and I'll probably stick with that one. And I've got to say that the picture quality in here is really nice. It's one of those ones where it's these Blu-rays that you get that look almost 4K. And this is to be the movie that I've been wanting to see for a long time. I love movies like this. I've got a thing for robots in general. I just think that they're a great, fascinating thing to watch in movies. And this one here just it raises all the sort of things that I like about the fact that it's a robot and it's so weird and there's something going wrong with it. That's my favorite type of thing. Ex Machina, that type of job. And yeah, so very pleased to get this with a slipcover on because it's nothing worse when you know there's a slipcover out there and you can't find one. This is like a slim box as well. And so, yes, for great quality, if you want to go to Morrisons and check it out before you actually buy one and you're looking for this slip, have a shot in Morrisons because you never know, you may be able to get one, even though it looks like it's quite hard to get in Morrisons. So, the big shout out to Stephen Keir, that's Megan. So, next up from HMV, I've got The Sword and the Claw. This is in the AGFA range from 101 Films, and it is spine number, even though it's not really numbered, it's spine number 17 in their catalogue. And I've got all the other ones from 1 to 16 there. And I've got to say, I love this franchise or collection or whatever you want to call it. It's just so good. The movies themselves, well, you couldn't say they're good, but I enjoy them, and that's the main thing. Listen to this: a 4K transfer of the Turkish psychotronic masterpiece, a 4K scan from the only 35 print in existence. Well, that sounds brilliant, and as you know from this range, which I don't mind, usually the 4K transfer is something to be actually it's something it's legendary, the fact that they can get these to look so bad. Now, the scratches on this movie, it looks like it's somebody's actually took a Evil Dead Rise cheese grater to these movies because they are so badly in to look at. It's as if I don't know where they've come from. Yes, it may be the only one in existence, and I don't think it could be a 4K scan. I'm not saying this telling lies about that, but what I will say is that they haven't done any restoration on it in any way, shape, or form. But it doesn't matter because this movie is I've never seen anything like it. You get zero budget movies. And you could say this is a zero budget movie, but that would be doing a disservice. This is a minus zero budget movie. The look of this movie is absolutely laughable and terrible all in one. But for me, I mean, look at that cover. This is one of the things I like about this range. They get these sort of really weird Vinegar Syndrome-esque titles, and they're actually in the partner program with Vinegar Syndrome. So a lot of these things would be on Vinegar Syndrome. And it is utter trash, but in a way, I don't expect anything else, and I really like that. And it's also got a bonus movie on here called Brawl Busters. Wow, 1981. There you go. And that is as well. It looks awful, but I don't mind that. So I didn't even know these two were out. I just walked in the shop and I thought, oh wow. I knew they were coming out, but I didn't know they were out at this point. So I immediately picked that up. So because I picked that one up, there is two at the same time. I've got, which would be spine number 18, the AGFA Horror Trailer Show. There you are. Now, this one here says it's a 2K from a newly struck 35mm theatrical print. Wow. And you do get a bonus movie on here, the AGFA Horror Trailer Show Video Rage. Now, these are like movies, trailers, and this bonus one is for like video trailers, and you can tell they're shot on video as well. Not much of it. It is a different cover. That's the alternative art. Not much of a difference to it. But the movies in here are the movies. I love these trailers because these are trailers from just movies that are just so ridiculous. And when you see them, you think, I have got to see that movie. And to me, if you get a trailer like sort of movie trailer real thing, you do think it's the best thing about them is that it makes you want to actually visit those videos, even though those movies, even though you know that they're absolute trash. Actually, it's from 2020, this. Region B locked as the other one is. Yeah. So, yes, so that's another two in that collection of the AGFA 101 released. And they're just, they're insane, actually. And I love the fact that they exist in the world. And there's a few I've got to check out, but I always have a blast with these movies. I might do a top 10 of them sometime. So that's The Sword and the Claw and the AGFA Horror Trailer Show. So as with those two AGFA titles, I didn't realise that this one had came out. So I got The Ark of the Sun God. This is the Italian collection, which goes across to there, and this is spine number 81. And this, I'm led to believe, is a kind of a bit of a Indiana Jones ripoff. It's directed by Antonio Margheriti, which is a great bonus. As a quick side note, 88 have just announced they're going to actually send out some for the Hell of the Living Dead and also the House by the Cemetery, which I think is around about there. They're going to send out replacement discs for the 4K because people have complained that there's some problems with the 4Ks, either not framed right, there's some sync errors, although they're not that bad actually. There's also some of the colours in Hell of the Living Dead's a little bit off. So they're going to send them out, but it's going to take a while, they said. So this movie here, I'm not too sure. I'm not going to sort of massively unbox it, but you do get our cards, you do get poster in here. But I just want to keep this video as short as possible. So this movie actually has Dolby Atmos. So there's a lot of things going for it. Got a load of special features on there as well. Yeah, they really are, if they get the disc right. I've heard a lot about this movie and I've never actually seen it. Like I say, I think it's a bit of a sort of, it is a 12, so it's not got any blood and guts. It's just a bit of a sort of action romp. But it doesn't matter. I like these type of films. David Warbeck is always I'm a big fan of his movies. And like I say, the print on it just looks absolutely amazing. About it, much better than I thought it would do. So that's The Ark of the Sun God. And lastly, on 4K, I picked up my favourite Superman movie of all time. And it is Superman 3. I love this movie. I think it's so funny. I love the humour in it. I think the fact of having Superman as like the bad Superman, I think that was a stroke of genius. I think some of the effects, not all of them, look absolutely amazing. And obviously, this was going to be, I'm going to get them all, but this is the first one that I wanted to pick because this is the one I do find, strangely enough, I can watch the Superman movies kind of independently. Usually, when you watch them like 1 to 4s, you've got to watch them in order, I feel. But I can feel like you can sort of dive into any of the Superman ones that you want. And I think that out of all of them, this is the one I watched the most. I think it's the most easy on the eye. Well, it's not too short, but it's not too long as well. And so I put it on, hoping because I thought that the Blu Ray of it in the box set just wasn't great, actually. I was quite, not impressed by it. But this one looks stunning. They have done what they needed to do with it. And some of the scenes in it, especially when he goes back to Smallville and they've got the cornfields and they're flying over the cornfields, which I think is a brilliant set piece. It just looks sensational, as like I say, the colours of his suits, everything about it. It's pin sharp as well. And like I say, this movie is by far my favourite Superman. And also it's one of my favourite comedies of all time, believe it or not. So to me, they went back and they righted the wrongs of the previous Blu-ray. And I said I was going to leave a link to Euphoria Pictures down below. And I know he's just done a video about what he thinks Superman 3 and Superman 4. So I'll put that in the link down in the description down below. So, okay, I know this video is a little bit rushed, and like I say, I just want to see what it looks like, or that sounds like, when I watch it back, on the TV when it comes out tonight. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff on that laptop there that I need to get off to make videos of, John Ho videos and things like that. So those things might be actually held up a little bit. What I don't want to do is I don't want to take it back to the shop, and I want them to do what they usually do is they just wipe it clean and then say there's your laptop back again. I want to try and get that stuff off there. And if that's not flashing at the minute like it wasn't, I can get that stuff off and put onto here, and I can start editing with that. And also, don't forget to check out Jordan's new channel, Movie Squirm, down below. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.